Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's weekly market view for Monday, the 25th of December to the 29th of December, 2023. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. All right, let's start with the Nifty chart. And as we always do, let's start off with the monthly time frame. And as we can see on the monthly chart, green candle is looking nice and strong. And looks like that the monthly candle is eventually going to close the way it is going to close. Maybe there might be a little bit of profit booking coming around these levels, but otherwise this looks like a fresh monthly demand zone on the Nifty. If we move on to the weekly chart, let's move on to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we saw a little bit of consolidation. Last week was a little volatile. We saw a big fall in price all the way down from 21,500 odd levels. So seems like 21,500 being a round number is going to be a little critical for the Nifty to cross. And if if the Nifty is able to cross that level, then more or less we are going to start making all-time highs again. Okay, so now let us see in the days to come whether the Nifty is able to do that. Right now, things are looking pretty positive for the Nifty, and the closest weekly demand zone is far away from current market price. Let's move on to the daily chart now. So if we go on to the daily chart, we had this strong red candle, nearly engulfed 3 days of price action. And we are coming again into this area here, bouncing from this gap level. Now we do have a level of demand below here. So it'll be interesting to see if we go on to the smaller time frame, how does the price react over here? So this is going to be that supply zone here. And so we can go ahead and plot this level like this. This is your supply zone. And this supply zone is more or less coinciding with 21,500. Which is going to be a critical level for the Nifty if it has to cross. If it does break 21,598 to the upside, then we might see a very, very strong continuation towards 21,800 odd levels. Okay, but right now, this is a pretty strong supply zone, but we also have a level of demand. So in case if there are some people who are looking for shorts, then they should be looking to exit around this level of demand, and maybe even these lows to say so, because just below these lows you have this gap. So it looks like a decent profit margin, at least from the current price action. But as I said, and I always keep saying, that shorting index is across all the boards, whether it's Nifty, Bank Nifty, it's always going to be low probability, because the indexes are always or moreover designed to move to the upside. Okay, so anyways, there is a level over here. Let us see how this level pans out in the coming week. Let's move on to the Bank Nifty now. And on the Bank Nifty, also there are similar levels. So let's quickly go through Bank Nifty now. We'll just wait for Bank Nifty to load here. Let's change this to Nifty Bank. All right, so the chart on Nifty Bank is loading, slightly weaker than the Nifty. One can say, looking at the current price action, but again, monthly chart indicating a very, very strong move, and trying to close above these highs. So good levels of demand being created on the higher time frame, 44,567 odd levels. And definitely on the weekly chart, you have this 44,000 odd level. Right now, Bank Nifty is consolidating. We might see a little bit of a pullback or a corrective move. This is more or less the indecision zone for the Bank Nifty. Not very, very clear, not sure of what it wants to do. It's been trying to break this level convincingly, and it's probably trying to do this once again right now. The gap below this area is already filled. So it's going to be a battle between, between the bulls and the bears, where the Bank Nifty has already violated this area and made a strong move. So there are only two things that can happen right now. Either if we get a break below 46,917, we might see a very, very big move coming into the Bank Nifty to fill these gaps over here, and also this 45,000 level. And in case if 48,249 breaks to the upside, then we might see a drastic move or a breakout to the upside as well. So just we got to be a little careful at this juncture right now in terms of what we see on the price chart. And if we look at say yeah, more or less the intraday charts, we are in an area or we are in a territory where the market is just consolidating right now. So this was the supply zone here, and prices came into this area and are unable to break this area. What is interesting to see is that the price is creating lower highs. So in case if the price is unable to break this high, then we might again move into a consolidation phase, or we might even start moving to the downside. And if we do target the downside, um, first and foremost, the market will definitely try to come closer towards this very, very strong support. So here you can see some profit booking or some short covering coming in from this area over here, 46,908. And if 46,900 breaks to the downside, then we might eventually start moving towards 45,826. So right now we just got to be a little careful because Nifty, Bank Nifty are all coming into these supply zones from where the prices have fallen down very, very strong. Let's move on to the next index now. We are going to be looking at the Nifty Financial Services, and more or less, if you look at uh, all the indices, they are all stacked up with similar levels. So it's a good thing in a way, because then if one breaks out, then the other will also have to break out, and eventually the market will move up. Or then if one hits the supply zone and starts to fall down, then more or less all the other indices will also start giving a strong correction. Okay. So if you look at the monthly chart of Nifty Financial Services, strong level of demand created over here, drop base rally, and seems like it's going to be closing in a very, very positive manner. Indecision on the weekly, demand zone is still very far away. So we got to still wait and watch. But as you can see, both on the Fin Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty, the prices have created this level over here, and both the Nifty, the Fin Nifty and the Bank Nifty are actually struggling to close about 21,000, or the supply zone over here, right? So in case if the market fails to do that, then we might eventually move into a consolidation. This is going to be a key area of support. If this breaks, then we are heading towards this level over here, which is going to be the next level of demand on the Nifty Financial Services. Let's look at it with an intraday perspective. What do we see over here? And if you see, more or less, the Fin Nifty also has a level of supply a little far away from current market price, but any uptick in this market can easily, push this market out to the upside. What is interesting to see is this: the price came very, very close towards this area of supply, but failed to, trigger this level, which means that probably there could be still a lot of unfilled orders stacked up over here. So what will be interesting to see if price breaks this high, which is approximately 21,400, and then approaches this area of supply. And then everything lines up together when it comes to Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Fin Nifty to see more of a fall in the indices. And also potentially, if in case the market starts to move down, it's going to probably target these lows over here, which have been strong support areas on the Nifty Financial Services. Okay, so a little bit sideways to consolidation expected after the price hits this level. And if the once price hits this level, then it will be interesting to see whether the markets are able to hold 21,556, or if they are unable to hold, and if they break to the upside, then we might see a drastic breakout to the upside. But this is going to be a very, very key level, and taking into consideration today is Fin Nifty expiry, things will tend to get volatile post 1 p.m. All right, so just be careful with your positions. If you're already in, just manage them, trail them, and just exit them at the right time when you're making substantial profits on your trade. All right, the next chart that we are going to be looking at is the India VIX, and very, very interesting. What the India VIX is trading today is that finally it has given a strong move to the upside. All right, so generally, If you look over here, this was the level that I had plotted last week, and I said to you that, if there is a spike up in the India VIX, then we just got to be a little careful, because there is a possibility that if the VIX starts to increase and starts inching towards the 15, 16, or let's say the 17, 18 handle, then there might be a little bit of a corrective move in the indices. So keep a close watch on the India VIX. It's clearly seen that we are also coming closer to supply zones, but because we are already testing this level, it will be interesting to see whether the India VIX is able to break this 15% handle and start moving up. And if it does start moving up, then it's probably going to help the indices to correct. So just be careful. Right now, we are at supply zones on the indices, and the India VIX is increasing. Okay, so that's not a good sign for the indices, especially if the volatility is rising. It means that the option premiums are also increasing at this point in time, and the option sellers will be more in play at this juncture. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next market, which is USD INR. And let's quickly have a look at USD INR. Okay, so with the USD INR, if you look at the monthly chart, still consolidating over here, not being able to, break and move towards that 83.40 handle that we had discussed last week. On the weekly chart also, we have a potential area of supply, which is right here now. And that is definitely going to act as a barrier, right? Today, we are seeing a slight uptick in the USD INR, and which means that if the USD INR starts to increase, then the indices, that is the Nifty, Bank Nifty, etc., will begin to correct. So we have broken out of this consolidated box, but right now, although we have broken out, we have not been able to get a follow through move to the downside. So I'm expecting that for the next week as well, currencies are just going to be sideways. Also, taking into consideration, these are the last few days before the new year starts, which is 2024. And it means that there will be a lot of less, there'll be a lot of retail activity, but there will be less of institutional activity, because a lot of foreign institutions, etc., are on leave. But again, like I said, that, markets are unpredictable, and we have to be aware with what we see on the price chart. So we will have a look at how the USD INR fades out in this coming week. And we do have these key levels over here. So we had this one supply level, and the prices broke through the supply level. And now we are clearly seeing that this supply zone, which is 83.29, from where the prices have actually broken, is actually holding, and we are seeing a little bit of consolidation. So unless and until we see the price breaking these lows or breaking these highs, we can't really say much about where the USD INR is heading. So right now, we can just say that the USD INR is likely to head more in a consolidated manner or in a sideways manner. Let's look at the heavyweights now. So we are going to first look at Reliance Industries. So let's look at Reliance, and let us see what Reliance is doing today with respect to okay, so Reliance, on the monthly chart, it's consolidating, bouncing from this monthly level of demand. On the weekly chart, we have broken out of this level of supply. So right now, this level of supply is taken out. If we move on to the daily chart, we do have this level over here, but this level is also violated. So we'll have to probably go for the next level. And what will be interesting to see is this area over here. So there is a likelihood of Reliance pushing towards 2600 odd levels, which is again the round number. And here we will have to see if Nifty, Bank Nifty, everything lines up within those levels of supply, which will probably try and push the prices to the downside. But in case if Reliance does break to the upside, then it is going to straight away head to fill this gap level away. So interesting scenario on Reliance. Let us see what happens with respect to Reliance Industries. The next stock, which is the heavyweight amongst the banks, is HDFC Bank. So let's quickly have a look at HDFC Bank and let us see what HDFC Bank is trading at. So HDFC Bank has been moving nicely. In fact, after the pandemic, um, and even after the Diwali Muhurat trading session, it has shown a very strong move to the upside. Okay, so if you look at this area over here, if I vaguely remember, HDFC Bank was trading close to around 1500 odd levels on Muhurat trading. That was this Diwali. And since then, it has given a strong move to the upside. So usually, if there is no overhead supply, then usually the market tends to move towards the all-time highs. And right now, you can see that the all-time highs on HDFC Bank is 1758. And here is a price point where we will have to see whether there is a likelihood of some profit booking coming in on HDFC Bank. So things are looking good actually on HDFC Bank. We will have some interim supply zones like how we see on the on Reliance, etc. That could be acting as a barrier. So again, on the daily chart, you see 1685 to 1704. So if this level breaks, then obviously Nifty, Bank Nifty, everything is going to start moving up. But in case if this supply zone holds, then it's likelihood that we might move down or we might even move in a consolidated manner. All right. So thank you very much for patiently listening and watching the weekly analysis. I hope you enjoyed the analysis and the key levels for this week. Signing off from here and wishing everybody a very happy new year, and may 2024 bring a lot of wealth and success to all of you. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care and see you all next week. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.